You need to move that RV now. This violates the covenant, Section 4, Paragraph 3. You've got 24 hours before we tow it. Lisa tightened her grip on the clipboard, her voice sharp. The owner stared at her. Seriously? It's my driveway. We're leaving for the lake tomorrow. She didn't flinch. It's not personal. We enforce the rules to keep standards high. Another way of saying, I don't care about your plans. Compliance is non-negotiable. Picture this. You've parked your beloved RV in your driveway, ready for your next adventure, only to be met with a stern warning from the HOA, threatening to tow your vehicle if it's not moved immediately. Many homeowners may not realize the extent of their rights when it comes to parking their RVs or other vehicles on their property. Homeowners associations, or HOAs, play a significant role in managing residential communities. Essentially, an HOA is an organization made up of homeowners within a specific neighborhood or development. In a quiet suburban neighborhood, tensions flared when an RV owner parked their vehicle in the driveway, excited for a weekend getaway. Little did they know, this seemingly innocent act would ignite a confrontation with the local HOA representative, Lisa Smith. The events leading up to the threat of towing began when Lisa, known for her strict adherence to HOA rules, noticed the RV parked outside. She believed it violated the community's regulations regarding vehicle parking, which stipulated that recreational vehicles must be stored out of sight. Lisa's perspective was rooted in her desire to maintain the neighborhood's aesthetic and property values. She felt that allowing RVs to be parked openly would set a precedent that could lead to a decline in the community's appearance. Common rules enforced by HOAs can vary widely, but often include guidelines on property maintenance, landscaping, and architectural modifications. For instance, many HOAs have restrictions on the types of fences, paint colors, or even the size and placement of recreational vehicles, including RVs. These regulations are designed to maintain a uniform appearance and prevent any one property from detracting from the overall appeal of the neighborhood. While these rules can help preserve property values, they can also lead to misunderstandings and disputes. Potential conflicts between residents and HOAs often arise when homeowners feel that the regulations are too restrictive or unfair. Motivated by a sense of duty to uphold the HOA's standards, she approached the RV owner with a stern demeanor, insisting that the vehicle be moved immediately or face towing. Lisa stood at the edge of the driveway, arms crossed tightly, clipboard in hand. Her voice cut through the calm morning air like a blade. "You can't park that RV here," she announced flatly. "It violates Section 7, Article 3 of the HOA's community regulations." The RV owner, startled mid-packing, stepped down from the vehicle. "I'm just getting ready for a weekend trip. I'm not living in it," he said, trying to keep his tone even. Lisa didn't budge. "I've already documented this. If it's not gone by tomorrow morning, it will be towed, no exceptions." "Are you serious?" the owner replied, his voice rising slightly. "This is my property. I'm not blocking the road or anyone's view." "That may be so, but rules are rules," Lisa said, tapping her clipboard. "We have standards for a reason." For the RV owner, this confrontation was emotionally charged. What began as excitement for a family adventure quickly turned into a distressing encounter. The threat of towing felt like an attack on their freedom and personal choices. The owner experienced a mix of frustration and helplessness, feeling that their enjoyment of their property was being unjustly curtailed. Later that evening, the RV owner vented to his spouse inside their kitchen. "She just marched over like she owned the place," he said, pacing. "Didn't even ask, just threatened." His spouse put a hand on his shoulder. "We'll fight this. Let's look over the bylaws tonight. I'm sure there's a loophole." Outside, the RV sat quietly, its once joyful presence now tainted with tension. What was supposed to be a relaxing weekend was now overshadowed by anxiety and the fear of losing their RV to an unjustified tow. This incident not only showed the clash between individual rights and community regulations, but also underscored the emotional toll such confrontations can take on residents trying to navigate the complexities of HOA life. In the face of an HOA's threat to tow an RV, it's crucial for the RV owner to understand their legal rights. Property owners generally have certain protections regarding easements and the use of their property. Depending on local laws and the specific HOA regulations, homeowners may have the right to park their RVs on their property, especially if there are no explicit rules prohibiting it. When confronted with an HOA's demands, the RV owner has several potential responses. First, they can review the HOA's governing documents, including the bylaws and rules, to determine if the towing threat is justified. If the HOA's regulations are vague or if the RV owner believes they are in compliance, they may choose to engage in a dialogue with the HOA board to resolve the issue amicably. After the confrontation, the RV owner spent the evening flipping through the HOA handbook, highlighting vague wording and ambiguous clauses. "They've got nothing," they muttered, texting screenshots to a neighbor who had faced similar problems. If discussions fail, legal action may be a viable option. Consulting with a lawyer who specializes in property law can provide clarity on the situation and help the RV owner understand their options, which may include filing a complaint or seeking a restraining order against the HOA. The RV owner and his spouse sat across from a local property attorney, a tall man with silver hair and a calm voice. "Let me see the HOA's rule," he said, flipping through their printouts. After a moment, he pointed. "Here, it says RVs must be stored out of sight when not in use. But it doesn't say they can't be temporarily parked while loading or preparing for use. So, they can't tow us for packing it the night before a trip." "Exactly," he nodded. "Especially not without giving you notice and a chance to correct it. That would be considered a breach of due process under most HOA charters." They exhaled in relief. "And if they do try it," he added, "I'll draft a cease and desist letter. But if it gets to that point, we can even seek injunctive relief." Empowered, the couple left with a folder of paperwork and a newfound resolve. Knowledge is power, and being informed about property rights can prevent unnecessary conflicts and empower homeowners to advocate for themselves. By familiarizing themselves with local laws and HOA regulations, property owners can navigate these challenges more effectively and protect their interests within their communities. The event between Lisa and the RV owner sparked a wave of reactions throughout the community. Many neighbors rallied around the RV owner, expressing their support and solidarity. Stories began to circulate about similar experiences with the HOA, where residents felt their rights were being infringed upon. At dusk, a neighbor from down the street stopped by. "Hey," she said softly, "I saw what happened earlier. Lisa did the same thing to us last year over a patio umbrella." The RV owner looked surprised. "Really?" "Yeah. A few of us are actually meeting up before the next board meeting. You should come. You're not alone in this." Word spread quickly. Over the next few days, informal porch conversations turned into group texts. People shared their own run-ins, boats, flower beds, swing sets. It became clear Lisa's aggressive style wasn't an isolated complaint. One neighbor shared how they had faced a similar confrontation over their boat, which led to a group of residents coming together to voice their concerns at the next HOA meeting. "She threatened to fine me $200 a day," the neighbor said, "over a canoe that wasn't even visible from the street." This sense of camaraderie created a supportive environment, allowing individuals to feel less isolated in their struggles against the HOA's strict regulations. Community solidarity played a crucial role in resolving the dispute. As more residents joined the conversation, they collectively decided to attend the next HOA board meeting to address their concerns about the enforcement of rules. This united front not only empowered the RV owner, but also encourage others to speak up about their grievances. The board was taken aback by the level of community engagement and the shared experiences, prompting them to reconsider their approach to enforcement and communication with residents. At the next HOA board meeting, the community came in numbers. The room was packed. "I'd like to speak," the RV owner said calmly, standing before the board. Lisa shifted uncomfortably in her chair as he recounted the confrontation. Then others began to chime in. "She ticketed my daughter's car when she was visiting for a weekend. She tried to fine us for a shade of beige." Voices rose, not in anger, but in shared frustration. The board members exchanged glances, and this was more than a single complaint. One board member cleared his throat. "It seems we need to reassess how we communicate and enforce our rules." Lisa remained silent, her expression tight. In the weeks following the meeting, the board announced a temporary freeze on all non-emergency enforcement actions. They promised a comprehensive review. Lisa's role was reassigned quietly. No official statement was made, but her absence at the next board gathering didn't go unnoticed. The RV owner smiled as he stood beside his now legalized driveway parking spot, neighbors waving as they passed. A small but powerful victory. In the aftermath of the incident, the HOA recognized the need for clearer guidelines and more transparent communication. They initiated a review of their policies, leading to changes that included more lenient parking regulations for recreational vehicles and a commitment to engage with residents before enforcing penalties. This shift not only improved relations between the HOA and homeowners, but also fostered a greater sense of community, reminding everyone that collaboration and understanding can lead to positive change. Weeks passed. With Lisa no longer enforcing rules so strictly, the neighborhood found a new rhythm. The HOA board, pressured by the community, restructured its enforcement policy. They adopted a three-step approach: written notice, conversation, then resolution, before any fines or threats. A community liaison role was introduced, filled by a longtime resident known for her fairness and warm smile. The RV owner kept his vehicle tucked away except for weekends and vacations, and no one minded. In fact, a few neighbors helped him install a temporary screen to make it less visible when parked. The next HOA newsletter opened, not with rules, but with a quote: "Good fences make good neighbors, but good neighbors talk to each other first." Block parties returned. Sidewalk conversations grew longer. Even Lisa began to reappear, quietly this time, walking her dog, waving gently, not with authority, but as a neighbor. Easements can affect property access and usage in various ways. For instance, if a rancher has an easement that grants them access to a water source located on a neighboring property, this right must be respected by the property owner. If the property owner decides to block access or alter the easement's terms, it can lead to legal disputes. Understanding these regulations is crucial for homeowners, as it empowers them to navigate disputes effectively and assert their rights. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful tales of resilience and justice. Your support allows us to keep delivering valuable insights and stories that inform and inspire people everywhere. Thank you for watching Work Story, and see you in the next one.